Hey guys, so this is my car. It's Jeep Compass and it has a problem right now. It's intermittently stopping. So I have to scan this with the OBD2 sensor in order to know what's the problem. Okay, so this is the one that I'm going to use in order to scan the code that the engine is spewing. Connect this here to the computer of the car and we will start scanning it. Once it's connected, it will automatically on.
You have to make sure the car key is turned on in order to have a link between the computer and the scanner.
We'll be ready to scan it. And that's it. I will show you guys what will be the code that the engine is giving, and we'll troubleshoot.
So this is the code and the description of it. I've googled it and read it change.
Hello there. I have your 2007 Jeep Compass 2.4 liters, and it has a problem with the crankshaft sensor. And you might wondering, how did I find out? Well, every time I run a few kilometers, the engine suddenly stalls. It stops, and of course the engine light is blinking. So I was curious. I had this OBD2 sensor or OBD2 scanner, and I had to scan it, and I found out that the code is P0315. And when I googled it, it says that the crankshaft sensor might has gone bad. So in order to deal with this, I have to remove the cover of the engine, which I already removed it. You have to remove the air filter box. So you're gonna have to use a 10mm ratchet in order to deal with the sensor itself, and of course a screwdrivers here in order to loosen this and pull this out too from the box. And there's no screws that ties up the air filter box, so it's an easy job. Just pull it out, and those 3 holes in there, which definitely for this, just pull that out and that should be it. Okay, so let's get back to the real work here we're in. The sensor is really situated underneath of the engine, and it's really hard to have a leverage on it. So in order for you to track it down, there's a wiring here that you can track in order for you to find it out where the sensor is connected. So what I've done here is this. So this wire here, that's the one that connects the sensor underneath the engine. And aside from a 10mm ratchet that you will use in order to remove the sensor, I fully recommend that you're gonna have to use a mirror here for you to have a glance on that sensor. And of course it will be easier for you to poke that ratchet onto that bolt, and it's a big help for you. That's what I recommend. It's up to you, by the way. And another thing here that I want to specify is that this piece of metal here, it's an aluminum metal that protects the sensor from the heat of the engine. So initially you're gonna have to remove this bolt in here. See that bolt? That's the one. So in order to deal with this metal, this one covers the sensor underneath. So you're gonna have to remove this bolt, and then there's another 13mm underneath that tie this up, but you don't need to remove that. All you have to do is, once this one is removed, you have to bend it, push it all the way until you can actually access the sensor underneath. So it's an aluminum piece of metal which is easily bent, so I believe that's not a problem for you. Just bend it over until you have an access to that sensor. So I was able to look at the sensor itself when I was still doing it, but I couldn't show it up here on the mirror because I don't know, it reflects and it shows dim in there. But anyway, I recommend that, and you should also use a flashlight if you don't have that extension light. So that those are the props that you're probably using in order to help you remove it. All right, so I managed to remove it, and this is the old one, and this is how it was connected. So the harness in there looks like this, so gonna have to press this down and then pull it up. That's how it is. Be careful not to break it, of course. And that should be it. Oh, by the way, before anything else, gonna have to remove the negative from the battery. That way it will not affect all the electrical components of your car. Right, thank you. Yeah, so I was able to return it all and start the car, and hopefully the issue is fixed. So everything is returned. So just imagine the car is not on and the sensor is underneath that heat sink. Yeah, everything is back.